Kyle, the season is drawing to a close. From a personal point of view, your best yet?
Yeah, I'd probably say so. I think I've gone to another level in terms of, I think I showed everyone I can play left back as well. You know, not many fullbacks do that, and I think I did that in a pretty decent way. So I'd probably say, yeah, my best season yet.
Going back to last season, you've come in, it was your first full season with the club. You played pretty much every game when you were available. First game of the season, you're on the bench. Was that a shock to you?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a shock to most people. But that's football sometimes, you know. The manager decided to go with the team he wanted to go with, and that's what he did for, I think, the first 4 games. You know, I had a few cameos where I came on, but you know, I had to, you know, keep my head down, keep working hard, just like I've done my whole career. You know, I've been in plenty of situations like that, and I kept grinding it out. And when I got the opportunities to play, I showed him why I should be in the team.
Tino came in the summer and was making a big impact at the start of the season. Do you think his arrival has helped take your game up a notch, having that competition?
I'm someone that's very driven, so I wouldn't say necessarily his arrival, but what I would say is when you have competition, you always want to push yourself, and you know, you never get comfortable. But I think his arrival's allowed me to be able to show everyone I can play left back. So it's something I've always enjoyed doing. I've done it since I was in the academy at Tottenham, playing left back, through the England youth setup, left back. So yeah, it wasn't too new to me, but it's nice to be able to show everyone, you know, how versatile I am.
And a word on Tino. I mean, his season has ended in huge disappointment, of course, but from you as a right back yourself, just kind of give us an appraisal of this guy who came into the Premier League as an 18-year-old and made a huge impact.
Yeah, I think he's shown everyone how good he is. To be able to do that at 18, I think it's incredible. I think he's had an incredible season, and that's exactly what I said to him. You know, take your time now, relax. You know, you've had a really good season, and you've shown everyone that you can compete and cope with the Premier League. So, you know, he's young, he'll want to rush back, but I just told him to take his time.
In terms of yourself, you know, that adaptability, being able to play both sides, you've subsequently been rewarded with an England call-up. I know you'd played kind of all the way through the age groups. How big a goal was that to get that senior recognition?
Yeah, I think it's the ultimate goal, isn't it, for any young English player. You know, you want to represent your country. And yeah, thankfully, Gareth Southgate rewarded me with that call-up due to some good performances, I think. So yeah, I know how tough it is to stay there. You know, I'm competing with some of the best right backs in the world. The main thing is when you go there is, you know, showing that you can cope with the level and showing that, you know, you belong there. And I think that's what I tried to do. I tried to show everyone, you know, I wasn't nervous, that I felt like I belonged, and tried to show everyone that, you know, I should get called up again. Like I said, you're competing with some top players, and the stats that you have to compete with are tough, but if you want to be there, that's what you have to do.
It is mad, isn't it? The state of the England right back position at the moment.
Yeah, it is crazy, and yeah, credit to all the other right backs who are, you know, pushing each other and pushing me to want to improve my stats to get that call up.
I know it's still a long way off at the moment, but having had a taste for it, how much in the back of your mind is that World Cup shouting at you?
I'd love to go to, and you know, like I said, it's every young English player's dream to represent England, and to do it at a World Cup is better than anything. So it's definitely in the back of my mind, but like I said before, I've got to compete with some top right backs to get that spot, and that's what I'm focused on doing.
You've already got 1 World Cup winners medal, so it would be nice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely winning the Under-20 World Cup was something special, so I'd love to do it with the senior team. I think 6 players from that team have played for the senior team. I think I'm the 7th. So yeah, a few of us have gone on to play for the senior team, and a lot of us are playing in the Premier League, you know, some in Italy, some in the Championship. A few of us have gone on to do quite well.
Felt like you made an impression as well, kind of half an assist.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were working on it all week. You know, Gareth had us pressing really high, especially the wing backs. At that moment, I just had in my mind, I'm going to go and I'm going to intercept this ball, and it paid off. You know, we needed a goal after going behind so early. And yeah, I guess you can call it half an assist. I'll take that.
And obviously, you know, it was nice from our point of view as a club to also have Fraser and Prowse in the squad. Prowse especially has had possibly his best season.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because as a young player, I always saw Prowse in the older England age groups, and I always thought, you know, he's such a good technical player. And then when I actually signed here, I couldn't believe how good he was. You know, sometimes you don't appreciate players as much until you play with them, and he's such a leader. You know, maybe not so vocal, sometimes taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and just, you know, being a leader with his technical ability, I think is really special, and I take a lot from him.
Is it true that every single player voted for him as Player of the Year?
Yeah. Every single player voted for him as Player of the Season. Yeah, it's unbelievable, but he deserves it. You know, like you said, it's probably his best season yet, and his numbers are unbelievable.
Was part of you not looking around the dressing room like, come on lads, I've done all right here?
No, I'm not like that. I don't mind so much. You know, I've had some really nice comments from a lot of the fans, and that's enough for me. You know, I think the boys appreciate everything I do in the team, so yeah, that's fine.
We always like to talk a little bit with the lads about what they get up to away from football as well. How many hours are you spending gaming?
Probably too many. Yeah, I like to game a lot with a lot of other footballers, and the game we probably play at the moment is FIFA Pro Clubs. We take it really seriously, and yeah, we get a bit probably too competitive. You play against people online who tend to recognise who we are and message us on Instagram with a bit of banter if they beat us, which is very frustrating, but you have to be careful not to reply too harshly.
So a lot of the people out there, they know it's you?
Yeah, because, you know, you have your gamer tag. Mine's quite obvious, it's me. So I get a lot of messages on Instagram and Twitter saying, we beat you, or let's rematch, etc. It's quite funny.
I remember over lockdown there was a bit of a tournament, wasn't there, between all the Premier League players?
Yeah, that's true.
If you were going to go into one of them, would you fancy yourself, and who would be the biggest competition?
James Maddison's quite good. Phil Foden's good. In the Southampton team, I'd probably say Shea Adams. He plays a lot of PlayStation and PC, so. But I do fancy myself. I think I'd get to the final. Anything can happen in the finals.